from the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, presented to you by the Woolen Mill Comedy Club. Here to remind you this is a very adult show featuring very adult subjects and very adult topics. If you're ready for a very adult evening, please get ready for the Drunken Under Quarantine Show Season 3. Remember, stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Welcome back to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 3, Episode 29. Tonight we got a lot into. The Orange Man is back. Yes, we're going to go over. We got a full list of dead people who won elections last week, and we got a whole lot more to get into. So without further ado, check out the new intro. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to switch cameras. Welcome back to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 3, Episode 29. Sean's already down there in the comments. He said, half of the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. Robert Frost. Excellent quote, my friend. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff to get into tonight. We're going to be talking about SNL getting some hate for having a comedian who's actually funny on the show. We're going to talk about the Queen of Christmas. And no, it's not GW himself, even though with the green hat and the ginger beard, he is the perfection. We'll also be talking about the most beautiful beauty queen of all. And finally, in the after show, we'll be getting into the FTX stuff and talking about what we might think is going on there, because that's a whole basket of corrupt onions just sitting there. Anyways, without further ado, welcoming to our spotlight stage, my man, my boy, my comrade, a guy who's always here for me. I am, of course, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, introducing to you, my man, GW Foley. GW, welcome to the program, sir.
What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night. I got the alert. Oh shit. I got both of them. Rumble alert.
The internet lords love us.
Yes. Man, so first thing I want to say, I don't know if he's watching, but Pierre, we love you.
Absolutely.
My man just had a pretty big surgery, and he's recovering. Can you sorry about that. Something happened with the computer. So if you ever wondered what's behind the brick wall, it's a green screen. Fucking.
I found brick wallpaper the other day, and I almost bought you a roll.
Okay. I may have to exit and come back.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Technical difficulties on the Drunken Under Quarantine program. Thank you guys for joining us. Been a hell of a week. We will get into a lot tonight. Yeah, of course, we're going to talk about Poland. That whole shenanigans, Greater Miss Derry, Mariah Carey, and more. But G-Dubs is back.
Okay. I'm just going to say, fuck it. Go with the green screen.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's go all natural.
StreamYard just being dumb? Like, is it
not
allowing you to?
It farted out for a second. My screen went black, and all of a sudden, here's this.
Weird.
Right as like I'm finally starting to get professional looking with the headphones, and like I got the clear voice going on.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I fucking internet. God damn it. So I was talking about Pierre, and he went through a big surgery, and I'm wishing everything for you, man. I love you. yeah, but fucking way to pull through. Way to do a great job sleeping there.
Yes.
I guess. I don't. Um, can I just say, I don't like the feeling of being run ragged. I like I I need to have breaks during the day. I think that's I guess everyone does. Like it's not like just a me thing, but I didn't get to bed last night till about 12:30, 1 o'clock because I was working on schoolwork, and woke up at 6. So I got 5 hours of sleep, and it was snowing out and sleeting when I was trying to drive my 25-minute drive to Castleton today. So that stressed me out. Like I saw a car accident, and there was like a bunch of like EMT emergency services people there. I'm like, sucks to be you.
Yep.
That's what you get for speeding.
Yeah.
But and then I went to class, and then I shot a video, then I went to another class, and then I had a fucking job interview today.
Woo.
And then after the job interview, I had another meeting before this where I was already online. And it's just like, homie, I could use a fucking nap. like I just, man, I am so beat down right now. And but let me tell you about the job interview. That was fun. We talked about the position for probably about 10 minutes, and then spent the rest of the hour talking about stand-up comedy.
Nice.
I was like, this is, yeah. It was nice having an intellectual conversation about stand-up and that type of thing. So that was fun. I appreciated that. Didn't get the job. Like, but it was, good learning experience. And they said that if something comes up, they'll call me. Perfect. That's all I want. Something come up, I'm your man. I can do that. That seems as most responsible as I'm gonna get in life. Like, my biggest stress was shooting a fucking 5-minute video today. You know how much film I shot? An hour. Sucks to be the editor. Like, I was just like, I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of shit. Let's give things panning, different views.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I'm a nerd and I love what I do. I'm such a nerd. I'm rambling. One last topic. So Friday night, I'm going to be shooting video at a drag event, which that's cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
I respect the hustle. It not my thing, but I respect the people doing it. I just, it's a very small space, and I don't like dealing with people. Like this is perfect. This is all I need. But yeah, pack space, a lot of people, and I'm just gonna be like, I see it now. Just nervous as shit. Anyways, let's turn out to the real reason why everyone's here. Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming.
Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So the biggest news of the week is I did trim the beard just a little bit because I really want to go down to, there is actually in Rutland a like a men's salon, whatever they call those. I guess they used to call them barbershops, right?
Yeah.
But this one, I forget what the name of it is. And the wife has like wanted me to go for a while, but I'm not gonna be able to make it till like after the holidays because I'm starting to get like really busy in the professional life right now because it's pre-holiday season. And yeah, so I trimmed it back a little bit, and then we're gonna let it grow through January, and then I'm gonna get like shaped really nice before we shoot the next set of videos because it looks like January, February is gonna be, or at least early January is gonna be music video shooting season for Hickory TDAU. We're gonna be dropping sometime in the first quarter of 2023. I'll be dropping an EP. There'll be a couple videos to go along with it. So, well, not necessarily me. Molasses will be. I'll be producing the beats and doing the background work, but it'll be that fat drunk dick out there doing the rapping. Let's get some comments. Skid Moro said, my first green screen was a green shower curtain. Worked pretty well. We actually just used our green screen, and I'm surprised that like none of my friends noticed in the photos that I posted of our trunk or treat car. We used my green screen to line the inside of the trunk so it was all green, and then green lit it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so we used my green screen because it doesn't really do anything. I need to like hang it for photos. But I just haven't. It's sitting over there folded up on top of a toolbox. Sean said, speaking of green screens, he said, see the brig. The bricks were fake all along. Your deceptionary tactics are outstanding. The honest truth is that when we started very early on, back when we were still using Zoom for this show, GW had a set of books behind him. Right? It was like a library. And it was literally 2 months in. So we did the show a month before GW became like a full-time cast member, co-host. And it literally 2 months after that point was when I realized that the library wasn't real because he hopped on before he put the green screen image on. And I was just like, oh, that's fucking hysterical. But, so yes, it is very deceptive. And no, it makes it look like GW's sitting on stage at a comedy club with nobody in it.
And that was the whole vibe I was going for.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And then Sean said, Skid Moro said, GW, busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a busy man. We're both busy men right now. It's about to be Thanksgiving season. I've ordered like 300 turkeys this year, and now I have to deal with them next week. Sean said, nothing like Shakespearean theater. The reference being women were not allowed on stage. Men had to play those roles.
Yes. Man, little boys.
Yeah. Yes, little boys would play the female roles. We're actually watching right now. That makes me think about the wife and I are watching the newest season of American Horror Story. And I will not be revealing any spoilers other than which is basically out in the trailer. The season's called New York City, and it's set in 1981, and it's like every character's a gay dude. I think that there's two notable female characters that I've like actually noticed, you know what I mean? Like as main characters.
Yeah.
And one is a woman who got left by her husband because he was actually gay and he thought he could like overcome his gayness by marrying a woman. And B was like a person that worked at the gay club. So it's like it's been a very gay season, but it's really good. And it makes me think. My wife was wondering if the season, Beautiful Assistant, was like, Hickory, do you think the season's going to get a lot of hate? And my response was no. I don't think it's going to get a lot of hate if the story's good. But the problem with modern media is that we shoehorn in social issues or things that we deem relevant and change characters just to add nothing to the story. And it's almost like, Same with race swapping characters for no reason. It doesn't add to the story. It's just like, oh, we need more. We need different people in these roles. Like, I think that's what gets people. But if you have a story about gay people and you tell a really good story, it's a really good story. That's what like bums me out a lot about a lot of the like gay rom-com type stuff. Is a lot of it's only funny because it's gay. You know what I mean? Like that, like their whole premise is hinging on the fact that it's two men, and that's why it's like it's funny. But like, if you were just to tell a good story, people don't care. Which is, I guess, my point with this season. Like it's funny, and it works, and it doesn't like, I don't know. It's a story about gay men. It's not a story about some dude who got shoehorned in as a gay dude for representation.
Yeah.
Sean said, "Oh, the actual brainwashing is working as far as the show goes. I mean, just hearing you talk about this makes me want to buy some audience." Well, no, it's actually about a somebody stalking and eliminating the gay people in New York early on in the 80s, and it's been pretty fascinating. That show's been cool, man. They've done some cool shit, like some stuff that I didn't think a mainstream studio would get into, like like they touched on the elites, like drinking, using drugs to maintain their talent. They touched on aliens and Eisenhower back in the day. Like they've touched on some stuff that made me go like, okay, American Horror Story. That's not. I can dig this.
Here's my problem with it, and I'm sorry I'm taking your time.
No, you're good.
My problem is they jump storylines in the middle of a season, and it pisses me the fuck off. Like, it'll be like a show about witches, and everything's fine, and all of a sudden there's a deranged clown. It's like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it.
See, so I like 2 seasons ago because they did a split season, and it was 2 half-season stories that had nothing to do with each other. It was like the first 6 episodes were the story about a writer meeting other famous writers in a quiet small town that all the writers hang out at, and the other was the alien story. But they were each like 6 episodes and like tighter stories. But now there's been a lot of seasons. I had a rough go because I didn't watch a lot of the early stuff, and then we watched the Apocalypse one, and everything was fine until later on in the season. All of a sudden, they start referencing 3 old seasons that I've never seen. And the beautiful assistant's just like, "Oh, that makes sense." And I'm like, "I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. What do you, what did I miss?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, you haven't watched many of these." I'm like, "No, I have no idea. I've only watched a few late seasons. I'm not caught up." That being said, last thing I wanted to touch on was for entertainment news was the series finale of The Walking Dead this Sunday. And I'm not surprised that it's ending, but I'm surprised it's ending. I will say that I'm more surprised that the comic book ended. I didn't think what's his name? Kevin something? No,
Kirkman.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman. I didn't think he would ever stop that cash cow. Like, because the graphic novel was making hand over fist for like forever. But yeah,
it still is, man. Still is.
Well, I know. So what they're doing is they're ending the main season, and then like there's 3 spinoffs coming out. They've already had like 3 spinoffs so far. One's continuing. So Fear the Walking Dead will be continuing. That has some characters from the main story on it. And then Daryl's getting his own series. Pretty sure Michonne and Rick are getting their own series. And I think one other person might be getting something. But yeah, kind of crazy. A bunch of new shows about to come out. Who knows if any of them are going to be watchable. Sean said, no, please stop. You can watch whatever you want. No hate here, studio. No, I'm not. I watch a lot of random shit, but no, I'm not the main studios just don't offer stories that are appealing anymore. That's where it's at. It surprises me that when big studios, which I think of American Horror Story as like pretty big, right? Like it's big budget. They've got top name, like the people are top name that work on it. Like it's a big deal. And it just surprises me when they do stories that like kick back against social issues or, stuff like that. It's always fascinating. Well, without further ado, ready to get into the main show, G-Dubs?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Let's do it.
It's so weird with the green.
Twigga wrote in to say, hey, y'all, sorry, not being on today again. It's always something on my end. So which we say, Twigga, we just hope you're doing well, brother.
That's all we want.
No problems. It's the GW and Hickory show. And we will march on because this is like my favorite time of the week. So I look forward to it. People were like, have a good night. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to. It's the night where I get drunk and shit on people and stuff with my buddy. Like we just get to talk garbage about whatever we want on the internet. It's fucking awesome. And so, people comment and are hysterical.
Yeah. So I was talking with Jess because of my day and saying how tired I was. And she's like, you've been on every episode since you've started. You haven't given like other people have taken breaks. You can too. I was like, I know I can. I'm not going to, but I know I could.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's no holding anybody hostage. It's
yeah.
No, this is too much fun, dude.
I fucking love this.
So essentially what we're saying is we love you guys, but we really just do it for us. Because really at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not like we have a budget for the show or really get compensated for it. Like I don't monetize the videos specifically because we talk about a bunch of shit that I feel like if I did monetize the show that YouTube would just yank my monetization instantly.
Yeah.
So I monetize like certain videos. I'm pretty selective about it, but Skimaro said need an orange screen. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. I do have I don't know if that would work.
Dude, I have a 90s laser background.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's fucking that. Like, Ryan's photo that we used for when he featured.
Yeah, it looks like the background from God, what's that movie? Kung Fury.
Yes. Yep. I have one of those, and I always want to use it.
You should. Sean said, if you're going to talk shit tonight, I hope your tummy is rumbly. No, it's just thirsty right now, but it will get rumbled in a little bit. That's for sure. We got a fun one to talk about over there on the Rumbles. But without further ado, let's get into the first topic of the evening. How the drunk is this news? Hashtag Orange Man back. Yes. Trump announced last night that, he's going for it. Going for it in 2024. Here we go from the New York Post. Donald Trump announces 2024 presidential run to make U.S. great and glorious again. And basically, he just had a big, God, he probably went for like an hour.
Yeah.
I felt like he should have stopped after 20. Like there was a point where I was just like, that was perfect. And then he went on for another 40 minutes. But that's Donald Trump. Like, what am I going to, dude became president. What am I going to say?
Yeah.
But, RC said talking shit. Absolutely talking shit. That's what we do on Wednesday nights.
If we don't talk shit, something's wrong.
That's right. Speaking of monetization videos, have you looked into reacting to Costa Contra? I'm not sure what that is. Does this mean the MSNBC stock has just risen with CNN? Probably. I mean, let's be honest. I think exactly what's going to happen the first time Trump ran is he single-handedly saved CNN and Twitter. And I think that's going to happen again. I think CNN was about to go out to pasture. They've been laying off a bunch of people. They've been doing horrible. Their ratings are absolute garbage. And I think they were about to, start the death knell. And same with Twitter. Like, it's right on the edge, man. When you have Elon already coming out and being like, I don't know if Twitter's going to make it. Like, I mean, to be honest, Twitter wouldn't have made it without Trump. Like, it was about to die when he started running for president, and he got on, and everybody. Marcy says, I hate Twitter, always have. Me too.
Oh, yeah. No, it's complete dog shit.
Yeah, it's pretty much garbage. I don't go on there because you can't. It's not having a conversation. Like, it's a good place to go for like breaking news, like right at the time, or like you can see videos of stuff that happens before it makes news. But no, for people trying to have a dialogue on it is like the most garbage thing ever, and it just leads to shitty memes and like people retweeting other people they think are stupid.
Yeah.
She said people should have to talk face to face or into a screen like G-Dubs and I do.
Yeah. I don't think necessarily you have to talk face to face. We have opinions and we let them be known. I mean, he has more opinions than I do, but I'm just
firm hard ones. Rock solid, probably veiny. Yes, their opinions. Ones that the establishment don't like. That would be the challenge. Yeah, I don't know, man. Social media is an issue. I mean, that's for sure. It's not done as good as a civilization so far. I don't think. Like, there's good things about it. Yeah, G-Dubs?
Dude, have you heard of Yik Yak?
No.
Okay. So it's a social media platform.
Sounds like a drug, right?
Yeah, it does.
Like, it sounds like a nickname for Coke. Let's be honest.
Well, little Yik Yak. Got the Yak Attack. So it's all anonymous. So no one knows who's saying what. And like college
completely?
kids. Yeah.
Oh, I would assume it's just like the most racist, vulgar content ever, right? Like, it's just nonstop. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's like vote down protocol. Like, if you get so many votes down, it gets deleted. So,
okay.
Like, the good ones keep going to the top. But if you have a lot of people that like racist shit,
so it's like Reddit, but anonymous. And
it's like 4chan, but in chat mode.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
No,
I
haven't heard of it.
College kids love it. I downloaded the app just to see what the fuck they were talking about.
And so, do you follow people or groups or?
Nope.
It's just one message board?
Yep. Well, it goes by area. So,
like,
when I'm at Castleton,
I was going to say, like, that sounds like it would just be a constant stream of shit you can't read because it goes by too fast.
Yeah. No, it's if I'm in Castleton, I'll get the Castleton feed. And when I'm in Rutland, I'll get the Rutland feed.
Oh, no shit. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So if anyone uses it in Bridgewater, I would be able to see what they're writing.
Okay. That's interesting. And it's just like a constant forum. And can you respond to people's individual posts?
Yep.
Or do you just post in the thread?
Yeah. Yeah. You click on the post and respond.
Oh. But anonymous.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Sean said we should literally do trades based on your drunken conversations using pretend monopoly money on real stock market. Have a weekly update on our drunken investments. That would be funny, actually. We should I should get an app and we should do that, because that would be. I think there's a couple apps where you can like pretend invest.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be funny. We do that. The problem is I'm going to end up just looking up Nancy. Actually, now that she's out, we can't do that. Who do we look up next? It was Pelosi's stock profile, but she's out. So, I mean, I would assume hers is still going to be a good one to follow for like a few minutes, but eventually she's not going to be kept up on the.
Who's the new speaker?
On. I think Kevin McCarthy is the one that got, which I'm pretty sure is just the garbage neocon.
Yeah,
not surprised there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to be Speaker of the House, because I'm pretty sure they declared earlier today that there's like Decision Desk, one of the reputable ones, is saying like Republicans won the House. I think Senate's still up for debate, and we won't really know until after the runoff race. It's either going to be one up or a tie, I think, is what happened. I don't know, man.
Here's the thing.
The red trickle.
Yeah. Fucking any other country has like 3 or 4 parties.
Yep.
Like, and
we got one.
Yeah.
I mean, 2. I guess technically there's 2. There's 1
ish,
and then there's like 1 ish. I think is good.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bunch. The issue is that there's like 100 factions.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like 75% of them belong to one of 2 major parties that they confuse because they think they're different. And then some belong to parties outside of the 2 main ones. And I would say there's like everybody claims to be independent and isn't. That's really what I experience in my real life. Is all my friends are like, "Oh, I'm an independent," but I vote with Bernie 99.9% of the time. And I'm like, dude, Bernie's not an independent.
He's the farthest thing.
He's a DNC member, like tried and true. What are you talking about? So,
if he wasn't, he would have ran for president,
and probably made it. Yeah. John said, "Let's be very clear. I'm no one Buffett.
Like no Warren Buffett."
Yeah. Okay. I'm no Warren Buffett. Oh, got it now. Yep. No, or that guy we're going to talk about in the after show that just tanked. FTX lost $16 billion in value in a single week. I like the single largest individual loss. Although I did see recently good news that Amazon lost $1 trillion in stock value recently.
That's rough.
Yeah, Facebook had to lay off 11,000 employees. They're tanking. They way over invested in VR, which is like great for VR as a whole. Because I'm not like one of those skeptic people who hate VR. I feel like there's a lot of those that are like, it's a way to, eventually control people. And this, now, like, no, it's a fucking video game. Like, I take it off regularly, and I haven't played in a couple weeks. But like, to be honest, like, it's to play Call of Duty and feel like I'm in the room. That's like what VR is to me. It's a way to play like a couple silly games that I play for like half an hour at a time, and then I get bored and stop.
See, the problem is the people who don't stop.
The nice part though is that they're battery, so they're limited. Like even if you get an expansion battery, like you're limited to like 5 or 6 hours unless you have multiple headsets. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours without a battery pack. So I could play for like 2 hours before it like, yeah, I got to charge it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of nice because like I never played that long anyways. Like it's weird and a little bit disorientating because like you are in another world momentarily.
Yeah.
While you're still in your living room. The worst ones are when the wife tries to scare me and she'll like sneak up while I'm playing and I'm like all like focused on something or trying to like take a shot in the video game that's like, halfway across a map. And she just like grabs me by the shoulder or something. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun, man. Anybody who wants to try VR should go check out Pavlov because it's awesome. And you can like, use a blowtorch as a weapon. And there's all sorts of ridiculous stuff. And the fan-made maps are ridiculous. You can actually go play Call of Duty maps on there. And the contractors just came out with Halo. So
Jesus.
They have an unlicensed Halo VR experience with the Halo guns. It looks like Halo. You can see your armor on your arms and shit. And they have like 90% of the classic Halo maps. So you can go play like Beaver Creek and Blood Gulch and like Ascension and like all the cool. But yeah, I like to go play Nuketown in Pavlov. It's a very cool experience to be inside of a map that you loved as like a early 20s guy. Because like I absolutely love playing that map. And now I can go be in it and go run around. That's like It's cool. I don't see myself ever spending more than like 2 hours at the most in VR. Which, coming from a guy who once spent like 10 hours playing video games at one point, you know, like it's just not. I don't know. It's disorienting enough that you don't want to be in it that long.
I mean, I respect the hustle, but it just doesn't sound for me. Like, I'm not a big video game person, anyways. So, uh, like me climbing into like a first person shooter is just never something that I'm like, oh, that'd be fun to do. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna
Oh,
die.
there's been times where it's terrifying. Like the first time I ever put zombies on in Pavlov, and I expected it to be like Call of Duty zombies, where they're like slow and there's just a few at first. Like, no, they were full on like 28 days later zombies and just sprint for you. And
Oh Jesus.
here I am in a video game trying to figure out how to reload this handgun I've never seen in my life, and how to do it efficiently. And I'm like, but after a while in it, you start, you like, it's cool because it crosses over a little bit. Like you pretty much, like, what I've done in the game is found out that the weapons I like most in VR are ones that I've used, like, shot in real life, and so it's very, and that way it's very intuitive.
Yeah.
But there's definitely spots where you get stuck with something you don't know how it works, and you're just like looking at it like, how do I cock this? I I know how to put a magazine in it, but I don't know how to, like, how to send one home. Sean said, nearly pissed myself over zombies from Doom, the original. Oh man, I miss Doom. That game was cool as hell. Played a lot
I
of Doom 3 back in the day.
I miss Duke Nukem.
Yeah. I never played much of that one. I was a fan, but a friend had it. I didn't. I had Doom 3 and Wolfenstein 3D. And Wolfenstein was kind of cool. I don't even know. I think there's a new one recently, but I think back on it and I'm like, I don't even know if they would make that game anymore with all like the. So you're basically killing a bunch of Nazis, right?
Yeah.
And like Wolfenstein. So,
Yeah.
but there's like just Nazi stuff everywhere. Like, I don't know. Maybe they would. Who knows? Let's get into the next topic after the VR conversation after Trump. That was a fun tangent we went on there. Election follow-up. Let's review the dead people who were elected that we missed last week. Yes, last week we did follow up that there was at least one dead person elected during the midterm elections, 22 in the U.S. Here we go. We got this from Newsweek Politics. A full list of the dead people who won their elections on Tuesday, because this is how we pay attention in America. Several weeks before Tuesday's election, Dan Smith, a Republican running for city attorney in San Diego suburb of Chula Vista, demanded the San Diego County Democratic Party stop promoting and encouraging voters to elect their nominee for the post, Simon Silva. In most jurisdictions, such a claim would be seen as ostentatious, a denunciation reserved only for candidates so morally repugnant no political party should be allowed to support them. Except that's exactly what I've seen the past day after Trump came out.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be allowed to be on the ballot. Like, wait.
He's a villain.
Weren't you guys saying this guy was trash for saying that? Okay, Newsweek, you keep up your shit. Smith, however, had a good reason to protest. Silva was dead and had been for more than a month. If elected, the city would require a hold special election to replace him, which I think is bullshit, personally.
Yeah.
I go on a limb and say, I think all votes cast for dead people should just be thrown out. And if you're not paying attention enough not to vote for dead people, you shouldn't be voting. Just saying. Misinformation. Oh, yeah, this was good. If elected, the city will require hold a special election to replace him, a process San Diego Union Tribune reported would cost the city significant funds to accomplish. Telling voters otherwise, Smith claimed was fraud. Quote, misinformation by perpetuating this fraud on the voters of Chula Vista is potentially causing the expenditure of millions of dollars, which is a substantial amount of taxpayer funds, Smith wrote to a letter to the political party. Smith's pleas, it seemed, went unheeded, because why would you not continue to back the dead guy?
Oh yeah.
With most of the vote tallied late Wednesday, Smith was losing to the deceased Silva by nearly 150 votes in a highly competitive election this year, which is crazy because this is California.
Yeah.
But while eyebrowsing, Silva's apparent success was not unique this cycle. In Tennessee, the late Memphis area state Republican Barbara Cooper, who died about 2 weeks before Election Day, defeated independent Michael Porter Tuesday night to defend her seat in the Tennessee State House. And that was 2 weeks. I can understand within 2 weeks, because I don't know what Tennessee's laws look like, but people were sending in their ballots in Vermont, a month and 5 weeks before the election?
Yeah.
Like mail-in ballots went out like 6 weeks before or something. Sean said, full list of dead people and list of elected candidates should not go together in the same news story. That's just silly old me thinking again. Yeah, Sean, you stop that. You just believe what you're told, my friend. Just like the rest of us good citizens. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, longtime state representative Tony DeLuca, which is who we covered last week, won re-election in a seat in Harrisburg in a landslide Tuesday night, despite the fact the Pittsburgh Democrat died of lymphoma last month.
See, that's too far.
Last month.
Yeah.
More than 4 weeks. Like, I think we should maybe like have like a 15-day cutoff. Because like I can understand if somebody passes like within 15 days of the election and people don't understand, like don't have time to realize, especially if it's like a smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like your congressman pass, you should know. Your governor definitely probably should know. But if it's like a district, like the county sheriff, or you know what I mean, the secretary's treasurer, you know, like okay, that's fair. You know, like 15 days. You got 15 days to figure it out. In politics, the dead and winning elections isn't unusual. Earlier this year, residents of Palmhurst, Texas, voted to keep their mayor despite his death shortly before the election. See, shortly before. Understood. Like, more than a couple weeks out.
Yeah.
Throw those votes out. Those people are stupid. In 2020, Wyoming state lawmaker... That's 2020. Okay. There are instances even before that. Yeah, that's before that. So at least 3. You got at least 3.
And are they all Democrats?
No, the one Republican running for the city attorney. Oh no, yeah, that was. They voted in that Democrat who died there. No, late Memphis area state representative Barbara Cooper. She was. Silva's apparent success was not unique in the cycle. In Tennessee, late Memphis area state representative Barbara Cooper, who died about 2 weeks before the election, defeated independent Michael Porter.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Nope. They don't say. And DeLuca was a Democrat as well.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
Like in this
saying.
one, like in 2020, Wyoming state lawmaker Roy Edwards died 1 day before the election. So like...
I get that.
I get it. Because let's be honest, with mail-in voting, a good percentage of the votes are cast before election day at this point. So Sean said, prop me up beside the lectern if I die. But after celebrating the fun news there, let's get into the next one. SNL faces backlash over having a comedian who's actually funny on the show. Yeah, Dave Chappelle was on.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Did you know that, G-Dubs?
I did not. I don't really pay attention to SNL. Not gonna lie.
That's fair. Me neither. I just saw it because Chappelle was on it. So somebody was upset because they had somebody actually funny on her. But yeah, let's check out this Chappelle clip. I had to switch it because I wanted to play the audio here. You know, if I turn the audio up, there we go.
It was hilarious. Trump getting coronavirus was like when Freddie Mercury got AIDS. Nobody was like, well, how did he get it?
That's decent.
Yeah.
That was all the shade. Actually, before you get in the story, I grab a beer. You good for a sec, G-Dubs?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
So during my chat today, we talked about comedy, and the guy asked me if I saw any of the Dave Chappelle thing on SNL, and I was like, no, that show has been trash for years. Like, occasionally I'll watch it with my wife, but for the most part, couldn't care less. Sorry, reading the comments. Yeah, man, like I can't do the whole like SNL thing. Like, their skits are all the same. Like, I get it. You guys are funny ish. Like, it's just not my thing. Really. I'm not big into sketch comedy. I'm not gonna lie. I've like, if I'm shooting a movie, that's one thing. But like, that way there's more to it than just, I'm on the stage. I'm going to do wacky, wacky things. I'm going to say this and that. Oh, punchline. It's all written on the card in front of me. I'm not going to actually emote anything and just be funny. Ah. Can't do it. Can't fucking do it. I have seen so many zany characters that I just can't get through it anymore. And they don't do anything groundbreaking ever. I just, nothing groundbreaking, like nothing that's like that is something. I haven't seen it, at least. If someone has, let me know, because I haven't seen it.
I want to go to Congress. Promise, I'll be a fun guy. I love you, Sean. Thank you. Oh, back to some Chappelle news. He faced some criticism for, quote, being anti-Semitic, is what they recently.
Really?
I don't know if you saw this. Yeah, it's at Hackstar, which hacks.
It's on HBO.
Okay, it's funny that there's being a star of Hacks. Like, isn't that Kathy Griffin's title? Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, it's a show about, and I almost said elderly, a late 60s like aged comic who was big in the 80s and had her own talk show, and now she was in Las Vegas, and she gets hired a young writer, and the writer is trying to relate to her, and the comedian's trying to relate to the writer.
Okay.
It's kind of crap.
Hackstar Hannah Einbinder says Dave Chappelle, quote, masterfully disguised anti-Semitism as an SNL monologue. Let's see what she had to say, because we could read this entire boring article from The Independent, or we could just read the tweet itself and see what she was bitching about. Let's see. Yeah, the Chappelle monologue was littered with anti-Semitism. He did it masterfully. He used a genius technique, 2 truths and a lie. What I mean by that is bigoted people often couch their bigotry in a degree of truth. They'll tell you 2 great things and then slip the lie in because you've earned your trust with 2 great things they've told you. So in this case, the truth is good jokes. He had some solid jokes in that set. Ones I laughed at. Their laughter allowed for people to miss the re-emphasis of conspiracy he sprinkled in. No one who laughs at the solid jokes would be willing to admit that there was anti-Semitism in the monologue, because that admission would qualify them as complicit. No one wants to feel like a bad person. The fact is, non-Jews aren't as keenly aware of anti-Semitic ideas, tropes, verbiage, etc. Most people just miss these ideas altogether and only remember that they laughed. So when Jews say, hey, there was anti-Semitism in there, folks go, you're too sensitive, learn to take a joke. Because, quote, no one wants to feel that they're bad people. They gaslight Jews by telling us that we are imagining things. The danger here is that Dave Chappelle and every other male comedian who believes that their amplification of bigotry is just freedom of speech are seen as tellers of hard truths, and thus anyone who criticizes them are seen as snowflakes. Yeah, she's painting a narrative for us here.
Yeah.
And I invite you to reframe this narrative. These men who pick on marginalized groups are establishment bullies, reinforcing the status quo. Not at all the job of a comedian. It's the people who speak out against them who are the truth tellers. I just want to say that I totally agree that the true job of comedians and artists is to be anti-establishment, but that died somewhere like 2 decades ago. And now all the artists and poets and singers and stand-up writers are scared to write anything offensive because they know they will be canceled. And that it is non-mainstream to speak out against it.
I guess I would have to hear it to be like, oh.
Yeah, and I thought that clip was going to be the clip of it, which is why I didn't pull up the clip of it, because I should have. I do know he made some jokes. Like, that was the... it's kind of what Dave Chappelle does. Do they have the quote of him in there? Oh, he said saying... during the comedic address, Chappelle towed the line of anti-Semitism himself, they say, saying there, quote, a lot of Jews in Hollywood implied that, quote, they could take his platform away. Saying that West broke, quote, the rules of perception, which is fair. Chappelle explained, the rules of perception. If they're black, it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. If they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it, is what he said. That was a Chappelle quote, just to be clear. That was not me saying that on YouTube. But yes, then that caused her to... I'm assuming Hannah is a she. I apologize. Yeah. But to put this post up and say that was anti-Semitism, because I'm pretty sure that was most of the quote in question. And I don't know, man. I think one of the things is that you're not allowed to joke about everything. Comedy doesn't exist. That's really a lot of people hate it. I am like hard for free speech. I don't care if you're offended.
Yeah,
you're offended. Block it or turn it off. Or hit the mute button. Like, we're not responsible for your feelings.
Or get up and walk out.
Yeah, like, or click off the stream. Like,
yeah.
We're not. I always say this show's not for everyone. It's GW and I's rant hour where we talk shit about whatever, and it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's perfectly fine because the show is for us.
My mom likes it.
Yeah,
she watches.
My mom did, but it's too late now. 8 o'clock is just way too late for my mom.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when she's like in the comments because, I'm like, you should be in bed. Not gonna lie.
Sean said the Jewish people, in my opinion, are not the problems. Have you heard about what the Ravens are saying about me every time I walk by in the park? All I do is talk shit. I hear those ravens. I have crows here personally. I think we're talking about, birds of a feather, my friend.
I have a giant murder in my yard. Well, not my yard, but like a couple houses down. Giant murder. Like, it's the only thing you hear in the winter.
It makes me wonder if the homeowners like them or they've just been like, oh man, we can't legally shoot them. What do we do? Like,
yeah.
What do you do when you have an issue like that? You're in the city. I don't know, because if it was in my yard, I'd just eliminate the issue.
Yeah,
but
like, can't do that here.
I can do that safely because I could definitely line up and not be in danger of, hurting anything downrange from the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't do that there. I guess you could with a pellet rifle, but like a whole murder is going to take a while. You know?
People are going to start talking about the bodies.
Yep. Sean said, what do you call two crows on a telephone wire? That's a very good question, my friend. I have no idea. We'll find out in a second, I'm sure. We're going to move right into the next appropriate conversation of the evening. Mariah Carey isn't the Queen of Christmas, and I'm devastated. Gosh darn it. Sean said an attempted murder. Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Two crows on a telephone wire is an attempted murder. Solid. Oh, I forgot. I done shared it different because I needed the audio there. And here we go. Wow. Dis the season. Mariah Carey loses Queen of Christmas trademark dispute to Elizabeth Chan. The Queen's trademark is dead. Long live the Queens of Christmas. And here we have some of the Backstreet Boys just rocking out in the background. I don't know what's going on. I am curious, but I don't think I'm gonna.
I am impressed with the fact that you knew who they were right off the bat.
I'm pretty sure it's the Backstreet Boys. I could be wrong.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
It's some boy band. I know that much. It's one of the boy bands. Yeah. I don't know which one though. I think it's Backstreet. It could be NSYNC or 98 Degrees too.
It's not 98 Degrees.
No, because they're only 3. And no, I think this is Backstreet. I don't know. They both look familiar. I want to say his name's Kevin, and I don't know why I know that. That's killing me here. Anyways, the U.S. Trademark Trial and Appeal Board didn't make Mariah Carey's wish come true, meaning she cannot claim ownership of the title Queen of Christmas. Yeah, I guess she tried to copyright the Queen of Christmas, which is a bold copyright right there. Elizabeth Chan, known as the world's only full-time Christmas recording artist, blocked Carey's attempt to trademark the honorific, as well as the Songbirds' current attempts to register the trademarks Princess Christmas and QOC. First off, why would you pigeonhole yourself as an artist to only record Christmas songs year-round?
Make good money.
I know, but don't you think expanding to other markets and writing songs for other holidays might be profitable too?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or is she really just trying to cement her legacy as she wants to be the Christmas chick?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a classic case of trademark bullying, said Chan's attorney Louis Tompros. We are pleased with the victory and delighted that we were able to help Elizabeth fight back against Carey's overreaching trademark registrations. Carey had applied for the exclusive rights to the Queen of Christmas, Princess Christmas, and QOC on everything from music to perfume to sunglasses to coconut milk.
Ugh.
Had her bid succeeded, the All I Want for Christmas Is You Chateuse would have been able to sue the wreaths off anyone for using the Royal Yuletide title, or ask any media outlet to cease and desist from labeling anyone else the Queen of Christmas. Yeah, I guess that would be a little overreaching. Jan was not only the singer to take issue with Carey's attempts to further cash in on the season's greetings, as Darlene Love pointed out that David Letterman crowned her the Queen of Christmas a year before Carey released All I Want for Christmas Is You. And at 81 years of age, I'm not changing anything. Was Darlene Love. Love had been performing the classic Christmas Baby Please Come Home, which Carey also covered in the 94 holiday album Merry Christmas, every year for 29 years on Letterman's show, and continued the tradition on The View starting in 2015 following Letterman's exit from late night. Dolly Parton, however, was more than willing to give the title of La Mimi, telling Better Homes and Gardens, I'm not going to compete with Mariah. You think of Christmas, you think of Mariah. I'm happy to be second in line to her. pardon me, have to get back in line. Chan, who released an album titled Queen of Christmas in 2013, is serious about protecting the Noel throne, not just for her, but for any and all future queens. Christmas is a season of giving, not the season of taking. And it's wrong for an individual to attempt to own and monopolize a nickname like Queen of Christmas for the purpose of abject materialism, Chan said in a statement. She continued, as an independent artist and small business owner, my life's work is to bring people together for the holiday season, which is how I came to be called the Queen of Christmas. I wear that title as a badge of honor and with full knowledge that it will be and should be bestowed on others in the future. My goal is taking on this flight was to stand up to trademark bullying, not just to protect myself, but also protect future queens of Christmas. Representatives for Kerry did not immediately respond to EW's request for comment. Not to be confused with the drag show GW will be filming in December, The Queens of Christmas.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, solid.
Throw a little shade at Mariah Carey.
That's right. You ain't no real queen. Secondly, who cares? You know, it was like one of those where I was like, it's kind of a big deal because like if the trademark crew would have okayed that, it would have really fucked a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder. It's interesting. Trademark and copyright laws are fascinating.
I should trademark funniest man in Rutland.
No, what we should do is copyright grumpiest comic in Vermont and then charge Kevin $1 every time he says it. They're the angriest. We'll trademark them all.
Yeah.
Angriest comic, grumpiest comic, like all the negative Kevin emotions. Of Vermont, we'll trademark and then we'll charge him. That would be great.
Yes. I always wanted to get in a trademark war.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. It would be good old pastime for us to waste money on spending on lawyers to fight our friends. I think that would be totally establishment approved. We'll get into one last one before we hop on over the tumbly.
The rumbly and my tumbly.
Because I wanted to end on a serious topic, unfortunately. Didn't have I know. I guess we could do two more and end on a not serious topic. Anyways, well, that headline changed fast. Do we Article 5 Ukraine now? I thought we had to. Here we go. Poland. NATO saying missile that killed 2 likely fired by Ukraine defending against Russian attack. I know when this broke yesterday, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, the headline was definitely Russian missile hit Poland and killed 2 people. I don't know if you saw this at all, GW.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that was the headline yesterday, and everybody was like, oh my God, Article 5, like we're going to have to go to war with Russia now. Here we go. Sean said, I met a guy in Hawaii that had U.S. government by patent form him. He will never have to think about or worry about money again. Huh. I'm sure there's plenty of those people that exist. Yeah. Anyways, Poland, NATO, say missile that killed 2 likely fired by Ukraine defending against Russian attack. Narrative yesterday was that a Russian missile hit Poland over the border and killed 2 people. And they were holding an emergency meeting, and Article 5 might be introduced, basically stating that, NATO was going to war with Russia, because that sounds like a good time. But luckily, within 24 hours, everything had changed, and it turns out it was Ukraine, probably firing an American missile to defend against Russian missiles that went over the border. But let's find out. They say Bali, Indonesia, CNN. The leaders of Poland and NATO said the missile that killed 2 people in Polish territory on Tuesday was likely fired by Ukrainian forces defending the country against a barrage of Russian strikes. The incident appeared to be an accident.
Oh, likely story.
Is that the difference? Like if it's funny how you can do that, right? Like you can, like the intent matters.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2 people are dead, but fuck it.
It's like, yeah, nothing's going to happen because it was an accident. Like Ukraine, you have like, you've had $80 billion in just U.S. funding. That's more than the entire military budget of Russia. Plus your budget. Plus anything else, any other NATO country. Like, why can't you fire an effective missile? I don't understand. How are you killing your allies? That seems like a bad idea. Like, if I'm in a bar fight, like, I'm not stabbing GW.
Thank you.
Like,
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. But it's not just you. It's that it's bad strategy. like, if we're in that shit together, and it's the 5 VCO boys. Like, you bet your ass, I'm not gonna accidentally stab one of you guys. Like, it's bad strategy. You go into that, work as a team, and yeah, Ukraine, bad strategy. Blast occurred outside the rural eastern Polish village of I can't pronounce Polish towns. Are you kidding? That's ridiculous. We'll just call it Polish Town. About 4 miles, 6.4 miles west of the Ukrainian border on Tuesday afternoon, roughly at the same time as Russia launched its biggest wave of missile attacks on Ukrainian cities in more than a month. Explosion near Poland's border left 2 dead. It's the area of explosion. And yeah, as you can see on the map here, it's like right on the border. On Wednesday, Polish President Andrzej Duda told a press conference that there was a, quote, high chance it was an air defense missile from the Ukrainian side and likely had fallen in Poland in a, quote, an accident while intercepting incoming Russian missiles. So just to be fair, Poland's over here.
Yeah.
And Russia's over here. Which means are they firing a missile the wrong way to defend against? I don't understand. But then again, I don't know. I'm not really up to date on my my military knowledge. Maybe if I fire missiles in the opposite direction of which the other ones are coming. I don't know how this works. What do you think, G-Dubs?
I think someone sneezed and went "Hachoo!"
That's actually a very, very good theory, my friend.
Yeah, because that would happen to me.
Oh, here's a missile landed outside the rural village of Polish Town.
Polish Town sounds like the name of a bad strip club.
A missile hit this? And like the tires aren't? I'm confused. What happened here? One would think a
hit
missile.
The ground.
No, but you would think it would at least like hurt the. I don't know. Are missiles less powerful than I imagine?
Depends on the missile.
That's a good point. But I would assume it would have been a decent one, considering Ukraine's got all this funding.
Well, no, it could just be a smaller armament.
Okay.
Easier.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They might send the really small ones out against the other. Who knows? Crazy. There's no indication that the incident was the result of a deliberate attack by either side, and that Ukrainian forces were not to blame for defending their country from Russia's assault, even though they killed your citizens. Like, our preliminary analysis suggests that the incident was likely caused by the Ukrainian air defense missiles fired to defend Ukrainian territory against Russian cruise missile attacks, says Stoltenberg. But let me be clear, this is not Ukraine's fault. Russia bears ultimate responsibility as it continues its illegal war against Ukraine. Illegal war. I like that. Cute, because fucking laws matter when people are blowing each other's cities up.
Yep.
Stoltenberg said there's no signs that Russia was planning to attack NATO countries in comments that appeared to be intended to diffuse escalating tensions. News of the incident overnight led to a flurry of activity thousands of miles away in Indonesia, where U.S. President Joe Biden convened an emergency meeting with some world leaders to discuss the matter on the sidelines of the G20 summit. A joint statement following the emergency meeting at G20 was deliberately ambiguous when it came to the incident, putting far more focus on the dozens of strikes that happened the hours before the missile crossed into Poland. So yeah, it was G20 doing their normal thing. And,
what's our president doing in Bali?
Talking with the other 19 richest countries in the world about how they're gonna, make one a beautiful time together. I think. I don't know. A little bit weird, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's focus here. Let's pull it in.
Yeah. Maybe do something constructive and not just taxes.
Listen to China. Saying.
But anyways, that's about all we got for the main show. G-Dubs, you got anything other than loves and prayers for Pierre?
That's all we got.
Check out his GoFundMe. We absolutely love that dude and glad he's doing well. G-Dubs and I got a couple spicy topics to get over on the Tumbly. We're going to be talking about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Mr. Greater Derry 2023 from just over the border in New Hampshire. And then we're going to be getting into, a giant crypto investor that was corrupt as shit. So we'll be doing that on the after show. But yeah, anything, G-Dubs?
I ain't got shit.
Okay. I'll see you guys over there. Just a fair warning. It looks a lot like that. And we'll see you guys on the after show. Until then, I'm of course Hickory, the Drunk and Underwhelming, signing out from my man, GW Foley. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, it's trying times, stay sane. Try not to kill your family. And we'll see you guys next week on the Turkey Day pregame, where, we get good and loose before Thanksgiving. And I probably do the show like this. I'll see you guys then. Drunk Magician out. Cheers.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits? This is a weird show.
Show season